welcome to Captain Dorja's Armory. This is Captain Dorja, and again, we are going to be doing some World of Tanks advice. This World of Tanks advice is going to be about how to tell what upgrades you can get on your tank without upgrading your tracks first, because that's something I see asked fairly often. People ask randomly in a battle chat, hey, do I need to upgrade the tracks on my T-29 before I can put the best gun on it? And that is not a very good question to be asking in a game's chat, because, first of all, there's like a 1% chance that someone's actually going to have the correct answer for you. And the other reason why it's not a good thing to ask is because it's totally unnecessary. You've got all the information available in your garage to figure that out for yourself, and you can do it fairly easily without a whole lot of messing around. And so if you're somebody like me and you hear a guy ask that in chat, your initial response is kind of mean, kind of sarcastic, and you think to yourself, hey genius, I don't know. Why don't you find out for yourself, since all the information is right in your bleeping garage? So yeah, sometimes I'm a bit rude. We know that, we accept that, we live with it. So where is this information located? Well, it's located in the module info. On every module, on every tank in every game has a weight, and your tank has a weight load limit stat right here with all the other stats. Now the way this is listed is you have the current weight of the vehicle over the maximum weight that your tracks can sustain. So right now, if we look at my Leopard prototype, I've got a maximum possible weight limit of 39.5 tons, and my tank weighs 39.47 tons. It is worth noting that weight limit and weight is given in metric tons, which means every 1,000 kilograms is a ton. So when you see, let's take a look at the engine. Engine weighs 1,500 kilograms. That is 1.5 tons. That's a 1.5 ton engine. So, here we go, 1.7 ton engine. There's no need for any complicated conversions, because we just know that 1,000 kilograms equals 1 metric ton. So you can convert it simply by just moving the decimal. Right, so for this we're going to be looking at the Leopard prototype, and we're going to be looking at the AMX 5120, because both of these tanks I haven't had for very long at all, and they're both pretty much stock, and I am feeling the constraint of my load limit on these tanks. I want to upgrade them, but I really can't because my weight limit is giving me problems. So we can see right here, the maximum weight limit on my Leopard prototype is 39.5 tons. And I've already got 39.47 tons on board. So I only have 0.03 tons left, which is equal to 300 kilograms. I think that's actually 30 kilograms. I am an idiot. We have 30 kilograms of weight available. So as you can see right here, camo net. I can't even put a camo net on this tank. Not that I would really want a camo net, but a camo net only weighs 100 kilograms. Well, I don't have 0.1 tons available. I have 0.03. So obviously with this, I'm going to have to upgrade my tracks before I can do anything else. Now, you might ask, hey, maybe I can fit that engine before I can fit the tracks. Maybe the engine is lighter. Whoops, that's the gun. Derp. So, if you want to know that, you just go and you bring up the information on both the engines. And we can see here that the stock engine weighs 1.5 tons. See, you just convert that comma into a decimal point, and that's how many tons. 1.5 tons. And this engine is 1.7 tons. So no, we cannot mount the fully upgraded engine because it is 0.2 tons heavier than the stock engine, and we don't have 0.2 tons of weight to work with. Now, you kind of, same thing for the gun. The gun is actually lighter. So this is interesting. I didn't notice this until just now. I actually could mount the 105mm gun to this tank because the gun weighs less. This upgraded gun weighs less. It's about 0.35 tons less. So that would actually be really, really nice. If I could get this gun put on, then I could put on this engine, before I even research the tracks. So that would actually be really, really good. I might have to do that now. I wasn't just going to do the tracks, but this gun is horrible on this tank, so I'd really like to get rid of it ASAP. Kind of the same thing here on the AMX 5120. We got a 60-ton load limit. We've already got 59.93 tons, so we only have 70 kilograms of available weight. So this tank, I have the gun of the AMX 5100, which that at least is good. And I've got the radio. Whoop-de-doo. But the real problem that I have with the 5120 in its current state right now is it doesn't have a powerful enough engine. So I'd like to know if I can switch out this Maybach HL295 for this upgraded engine, which has an additional 150 horsepower. So we look at the weight, and the weights are the same. So I can do it. I've got enough load limit available to switch one engine for an engine of the same weight. That is really good. Now, I do not have enough load limit to switch guns, because here's the gun that I have, the 150 or the 100 millimeter SA-47. The 120 millimeter SA-46 weighs almost 6/10 of a ton more. I don't even have 1/10 of a ton of extra weight limit, so I cannot do the gun before I do the tracks. What I can do is I can do the engine, which will increase my my acceleration, my horsepower, make my speed a lot better, which is good because a stock 5120 is a tank that's actually pretty slow, but survives by being fast. So, I'm going to have to upgrade my maneuverability, and then I'll be able to upgrade my gun, so that'll be nice. And, again, with the Leopard prototype, I'm really surprised that the upgraded gun is not heavier, but basically, if I want to upgrade this tank, I can either upgrade the tracks and then upgrade everything else, or I can upgrade the gun, and then I can put on the engine. Maybe I might even be able to get on some improved ventilation. They only weigh 0.15 tons, so that's good. Now that I know that, I'm going to have to save up enough free experience to research this tank's gun. So yeah, I hope you learned something from this World of Tanks tips. I just learned something from it. I just learned that my Leopard prototype is, well, it's going to suck for a little bit longer in the short term, but it's going to end up sucking a lot less for a lot longer. So I just got some really good information that I didn't have before I made this, and I hope you got some good information that you didn't have either. So guys, until next time, this is Captain Dorja's Armory, and just remember, you can never have enough big guns.